Welcome to Shekel Storm NBA, your only source for real basketball. Now, when the Israeli penny pinchers went 82-0 and swept the playoffs and then swept the finals, well, David Stern was happy that we were printing the money. Lots of money. The problem was David Stern saw that there was no parity with us dominating like we did. So he decided that he'd make a deal with me and the Israeli penny pinchers. He gave us our own league, and in exchange, I would take on one draft pick, one player, and teach him everything I knew. And that was Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan is no doubt the GOAT because of everything I taught him. I taught him the philosophy of basketball, and most important, I taught him the psychopathic tendency to win. Now, Anthony Edwards, unfortunately, doesn't have that mentality at that level. Even though Adidas gave him the AE1 and Skinny Hardaway, one of the legendary players on the Israeli penny pinchers, definitely gave his seal of approval to this shoe. At the end of the day, Anthony Edwards came up small in the NBA playoffs. And that's an absolute shame because Anthony Edwards has a bright future if he decides not to be as immature as he's been. Because I'm guaranteeing you that flight to Cancun should have humbled him. But it didn't. My guarantee was actually falsified by Anthony Edwards. And why? Because Anthony Edwards didn't go to the gym. Anthony Edwards didn't go to the weight room. Anthony Edwards didn't work on his game. Anthony Edwards shot a commercial for Adidas and started putting down other players' shoes. He started taking receipts from some of the most influential names in rap and in basketball, even some YouTubers. But what ended up happening? It looks like Luka Doncic had adopted a brand new son in Anthony Edwards. And don't get me wrong, Luka Doncic has a very big family. I mean, James Harden is his son. Who else is his son? Oh, Kawhi Leonard is his son. You know, he has a very big family. Devin Booker. I mean, this man has been dropping moons on top of NBA playoff contenders for the last 3 years. I mean, there's no doubt that Luka Doncic is the Thanos of the NBA at this point. And if you really want to think that his championship reign isn't inevitable, well, you got another thing coming. Because there's one thing Luka Doncic does really well, and that's being a parent. He loves being a good parent. He loves adopting other superstars as his sons. And here's his first son. What a beautiful picture. What a beautiful picture. What a proud father of Devin Booker. What a proud father of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What a proud father of Anthony Edwards. I mean, look, I don't dislike Anthony Edwards. He's a breath of fresh air. But right now, he's looking like a clown. If Anthony Edwards was anything like Michael Jordan, he wouldn't have talked trash. Because at 22, Michael Jordan just didn't. Michael Jordan ended up on a Wheaties box just like me. Michael Jordan ended up with endorsement deals just like me. So when it comes down to it, if you really want to see Anthony Edwards make his name in the NBA, the best thing you can do is implore him, encourage him to get back in the gym. Encourage him to actually play basketball the right way. Encourage him to come and see me and get basketball philosophy at its fullest. Because what's important is that Anthony Edwards could be the future. And the last thing we want him to be is like LeBron James. So everybody, if you really like Anthony Edwards as a new player, If you really like Anthony Edwards as the possible face of the NBA for the next decade on, tell him to come see me. Tell him to talk to Skinny Hardaway. Tell him to talk to Angry Old Hoops. Tell him to talk to Uncommon Sense. Tell him to talk to Phenomenal Fitness. Get this man to get on the right track. Because once he does that, he'll be unstoppable. Will he be as great as Michael Jordan? Probably not. Not too many people can touch that rarefied air that the Israeli penny pinchers touched with 82-0, sweeping the playoffs and sweeping the finals. And Michael Jordan is a product of the Israeli penny pinchers winning in such a dominant fashion. We just packed all that philosophy, all that game, all that knowledge into one player. And that's why you can't touch Michael Jordan. Because he is the undisputed GOAT. And LeBron James is the undisputed flop king of the NBA. So guys, make sure you wear your sneakers and keep it shalom. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be great, you just got to be like Mike.